about affirmative action.
But do you really know all the pros and cons?
Check out the following video to learn more.
Meet Valia, a white, upper-middle-class high school senior who dreams of attending Brown University, where she can pass-fail to her heart's content. Meet Melanie, a Hispanic lower-middle-class high school senior who also dreams of attending Brown University in hopes of creating a better future and, of course, to meet cute Hispanic guys. Valia Gregory goes to New Rochelle High School, has a 4.1 GPA, an ACT score of 33, and is captain of the gymnastics team. Very impressive. Melanie Anaya also goes to New Rochelle High School, GPA 4.0, ACT 32, and she's president of the United Cultures Club. Also very impressive.
Valia, I got it!
I'm so happy for you.
Did
I
you
was
get
waiting
it?
for you. I was waiting for you to open mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's see. I didn't get in.
What?
It's okay. It's
No, I'm so sorry. I'm so
No, it's
sorry.
okay.
I'm so sorry.
Affirmative action is basically when colleges and universities reach out to underrepresented groups and urge students to apply. They offer financial aid to these students and provide on-campus support programs to improve their academic success. This has resulted in the doubling or tripling of minority students at universities, and has made these universities more representative of their surrounding communities. Without these programs, the acceptance of minority students falls significantly. For instance, after California abolished affirmative action, minority student admissions at UC Berkeley fell 61% and 36% at UCLA. After Texas abolished affirmative action, 46% fewer African Americans and 22% fewer Hispanic students were admitted to Rice University's freshman class.
Well, affirmative action is actually really, really helpful for us minorities. In the future, we eventually get better jobs, higher salaries, and overall just a better quality of life later in the future. We're just opening up doors that were closed beforehand so that everyone in the community that didn't have that opportunity beforehand will eventually have it, and everyone will be better off.
Hey Mel, how's prom stuff going?
Thanks for asking. Prom is such a struggle. My Gucci dress came today and it didn't match at all with my Louis Vuitton bag. What the heck? Ooh, sorry, someone just texted me. My driver finally came. I told him to come 10 minutes ago. Like, who does that?
Anyways, I'll see you at school tomorrow. It was nice talking to you.
Bye.
Certain ethnic groups are often placed at a disadvantage because of the conditions of their socioeconomic backgrounds. Affirmative action is necessary not because it eliminates competition based on merit or creates bias, but because it compensates for economic disparities.
There is no denying the diversity and multicultural nature of our modern world. If we want success, employers and employees must learn to both accept this diversity and work with it.
I attribute my rise from the Bronx housing projects to Princeton University as an undergraduate and Yale Law School to affirmative action programs implemented in the 1970s. I believe that these programs are constitutional, that they are legal under the 14th Amendment, which says that you cannot deny any person equal protection under the law. I have fought for these programs, Supreme Court case after Supreme Court case, against the will of my other fellow justices, because it's truly something important to me as a Puerto Rican woman and as someone who understands the oppression felt of these minority groups. And colorblind policies cannot be instituted instead of affirmative action because the majority does not understand the oppression and the hurt that the minorities have to go through. They cannot be replaced because that means that there's no more equal protection for these minorities who have suffered. And you truly do not understand that unless you understand that race is incredibly important. Race matters because of persistent racial inequality in society. Inequality that cannot be ignored and that has produced stark socioeconomic disparities. And race matters for reasons that really are only skin deep, that cannot be discussed any other way, and that cannot be wished away. Race matters to a young man's view of society when he spends his teenage years watching others tense up as he passes, no matter which neighborhood he comes from. Race matters to a young woman's sense of self when she states her hometown and is then pressed, "No, where are you really from?" regardless of how many generations her family has been in the country. Race matters when a young person is addressed by a stranger in a foreign language, which he does not understand because only English was spoken at home. Race matters because of the slights, the snickers, and the silent judgments that reinforce the most crippling of thoughts. I do not belong here.
Affirmative action may be unconstitutional under the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. Likewise, these programs may be illegal under Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits discrimination based on race, color, or national origin by recipients of federal financial assistance. If you desire true equality for all, colorblind policies should be instituted.
We should all know by now that there is no genetic relationship between skin color and intelligence. Affirmative action seems to suggest that minority groups need extra support to achieve the same level of success as other groups, when in fact we are fully capable on our own.
So, Senator, what is your opinion on affirmative action?
Well, I think for a fact that affirmative action is a huge mistake. All it does is lower standards and hold students unaccountable. So for example, if we lower requirements for these underrepresented groups, they're only going to try to meet the lowest standards possible. Instead, I believe that our state should focus on policies that encourage equal opportunities. For example, those that set high expectations for students across the board with respect to their college readiness.
I love affirmative action so much. Like, this is so much. Like, how else would I have gone into Princeton? Like, it's so crazy. It's so great because it usually helps, like, upper and, like, middle class minorities. It doesn't really help the poor people. No one cares about the poor people. No one has ever cared about the poor people. So, like, just because I'm a minority, like 132, whatever, I get affirmative action? Like, that's crazy. Like, Karen, did you go to, like, Princeton?
No.
Yeah, Karen didn't go to Princeton. I went to Princeton. And I have money.
Affirmative action was originally created to mend a long period of racial discrimination. In this contemporary age, however, affirmative action seems to only create a form of reverse discrimination. Moreover, peers and professors at higher education institutions may feel that the success of these minority groups is largely unearned, and therefore discriminate against them, leading to further prejudice that counteracts the intended benefits of this policy. Come in. Sorry, hold on a sec. Yes?
Hi, Professor. I'm really, really sorry to bother you. I know you're really busy and everything, but I'm just really confused on terms of trade questions, and I just wanted to see if you could explain it to me, just for, like,
I have a phone call going on right now, so if you could come back another time or review the material on your own, I'd really appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much, Professor.
Oh, it's one of those students.
we explain terms of trade to me?
Yeah, of course. It'll be really quick though.
So, what do you think?
Affirmative action.
Good or bad?